Hey party people, this is Jeremy from Jambalaya Plays Games. So today I'm here with another Kickstarter preview of Raccoon Tycoon by Forbidden Games. Oh my god. I keep saying that and it's wrong. This game is actually released. You can't preview it. But there is an expansion to this game. It is called the Fat Cat expansion, and that's actually what I'm here to talk about today. It's one of my favorite games, and I'm so glad they actually added an expansion. So they sent me some pictures of what it added to the game. There's some a new board. There's 6 players now. They've added new tiles. They got some new scoring meeples, maybe a new first player token. There's a couple other things in there, but I'm going to explain that today while I actually give people an overview of what Raccoon Tycoon is. And hopefully you get a flavor of where these new strategies will come in and different things that are going to be in this expansion. And then you can make a choice of what to do with your backing dollars. But for now, let's go ahead and get to the boards. I'll show you how it works. All right, party people, I'm going to give you a brief overview of Raccoon Tycoon, and I'm going to be starting to weave in some of the things from the expansion as well. So let's go ahead and get to it. Now, this is a 2 to 5 player game, but in the expansion right away, they're going to add a 6th player. And along with the 6th player, they're going to add player boards. So you can be looking at a picture right here as I talk about it, but it's going to have room for all your commodities. So all the little meeples you pick up, you got somewhere to put them so they're not all over the place. You're going to have room for your building tiles. You're also going to have room for your new 2 of the 4 new meeples in the game. So you have animal meeples and you also have tycoon meeples. And they're going to be purchased with wheat or luxury. And you're going to place those on your board, and wherever you place them, there's going to be a scoring. So you're going to score on the leftmost part. You move them in there in the area. You can see how the points increase in the middle of the board. So you put them on there and you'll slide them and whatnot to score points. And that's some of the cool, that's pretty cool. But let's come back here. So this game, an overview of the game is basically you're going to be producing different commodities, and as you produce them, they're going to raise the price of other ones. So for example, down here I can produce 3 of the 5 commodities that are down, 4 commodities that are down here. So I'll take, let's say I'll take a wheat, I will take a wood, and I will take a coal, okay? Now I also can get a bonus from one of my building tiles, but I'll talk about how you get those. But I'm gonna go ahead and just take an extra wheat. How about that? Now in turn, that's gonna affect how this market goes. So this market's gonna go up 1 here for the wood, it's gonna go 1 up for the iron, and it's gonna go up 1 for the luxury. Hopefully you understand that. Once you do that, you discard the card, you take another one. So now I got some commodities, resources or whatnot, and I see where the market is, and on a future turn, I may want to sell. So for example, I see that this is at, let's see, this is at 9. These are at 10. I'm just going to go ahead and softball it here. So I'm going to go ahead and sell. This is another thing I can do on my turn is I can sell. So I'll sell these 2. They're worth 10 a piece, so I will get a 20. All right. And then since I sold 2, the market will come back down 2. So that's the game. Pretty much that's the game. So now that I got the money in my hand and I got a good little grip right here, I can start doing the biggest point scoring part of the game, which is these railroads, the town cards, and these buildings. All right, so now in the expansion, they are adding one more railroad, and that is going to be the rabbits, okay? But generally, what are these railroads for? You're going to have a whole bunch of different kinds, and they're just beautiful cards, by the way. I mean, man, look at this. Look at this bear. Like, that's what I love about this game is just it's so attractive on the table. So yeah, of course, I'm talking about a game that's out, so I'm just kind of going in review / preview mode here. But I really do like the art in this game. But what are these cards used for? They're actually for set collection, okay? So at the bottom here, you can see how much the points they're worth if you have 1, 2, 3, or 4 of them, and that's kind of how it works out. So you actually have to auction for these, so it's open bidding, and players will start at 6 coins, and they will start to just bid beyond that. They actually start beyond that, and then they will bid for the highest bidder gets that card, and you're trying to collect sets of those, so they added some rabbits to those. These are the town cards. These are also something that you can race to with your commodities if you can't find anything to do. You would spend this amount, or you would spend any of 4, like say 4 resources to get this card. You can do either or. And it's worth 2 points, but also if you tie these 2 together at the end of the game, you will get a bonus 2 points for each one that's tied together. These also go up in points as you go deeper into the deck. So you have 5, 4, 3, and 2. Okay, so you start out at 2, you go all the way down to 5. And There's actually 4 more of these in the expansion as well. So there's more cards. All right. Now you also have building tiles. And as you can see, some of these that I have over here, they give bonuses. You can even upgrade them, certain ones in the beginning of the game. These are ones that you can upgrade once you get them in your area. But these other ones do some really, really cool things. So I have some right here that I get to sell an extra commodity during my turn. That kind of makes it so I can get 2 things done real fast. I get an extra $1 per coal I sell. So let's say I sold 3 of these, I would get $3 extra for that as well. And there's a couple other cool ones in here. I got auction house, so I get $5. This is $5 commission. So hey, if people are selling and I'm not even involved, I get money anyway. Let's see. I get each building is worth 1 extra victory point. These are already worth a victory point, but now I get an extra victory point as well. We have the one that's wood instead of coal and iron. So this is wood and wheat. And then I also, let's see, back market. I get a hand size of 5, so I can keep more cards in my hand to see what's going on. It helps me a lot. But there are also new ones being added to the expansion. I'm going to put that picture up so you can kind of take a look at those as well. You're going to, first one, the big one right here, is you're going to have these 2 Badger Baron tiles, and these are going to be, they can substitute for one of the railroad cards that are in the game, and that can, basically help you finish off a set. Now you can't have more than 4, but you definitely can finish off a set, and that's perfect. Okay, that's going to be a good way to kind of come back in the game. You got town and railroad combo cards. So if you have you already get a bonus if you kind of put them together, but now they have tiles that help you get even more bonuses. They also have ones that are specifically just for towns. So you get per town, you get an extra bonus, and you got ones that you get per railroad card, you get a bonus. So as you can see, they're kind of pressing you for this strategy. Now you also have 2 meeples, and I'm gonna put the meeples up there so you can see the ones that are the animal and the animal and the tycoon one. And now you're looking at the locomotives and the housing ones. Now these go on top of railroad cards, and they also go on top of town cards. So when you get these, they're going to give you +3 bonus, +3 points per housing meeple on the top of the town card. So there's a lot of different things that are being added to a game where if you just added another wrinkle to it, that's welcomed. It adds more strategy, a little bit more meat to the game. And that's pretty much it, but actually not really. One of the more physical things is you're going to have a fat cat here, and I'm not going to ruin all of it, but you may want to stay tuned to the campaign of the potential, what they're going to do with the new first player token. But if people already love this thing right here, and this huge, ridiculous first player token, but they're going to have a different one in there, and I'm going to go ahead and leave that to you. Maybe I'll show a picture of it, maybe I won't. But there's a couple other little wrinkles there. I'll go ahead and talk about my final thoughts, but hopefully you got an idea of what Raccoon Tycoon is and some of the other things that are in the expansion. Let's go ahead and get back to my final thoughts and a couple other small things. All right, party people, final thoughts on the Fat Cat expansion here. Now, this is already a great game in my opinion. Okay, Raccoon Tycoon I think is a very, very good gateway game, casual game. I think some people, my game night crews, different crews would like this game a lot. But there are some people who are on the fence about it, or I can tell they're not so interested. And why? Because they feel like it's maybe too light. Okay, now they've added a whole bunch of new different tiles with scoring combos, and they kind of lead you down different strategy paths and different kinds of set collections. Now you're chasing after these animal meeples, and now you can have meeples on top of your building, your town cards and your railroad cards to score more points. There's a lot of different ways to kind of keep you pulling to different strategies, and for an owner of Raccoon Tycoon, that's really attractive to me, at least. But I haven't played the expansion, so I don't really know how it'll all play out, but I'm looking at what I've read, and I'm interested in that. At least I'm very interested in that. And I think for people who own the game, they're going to be interested in the new layers of strategy that are added, because it's just going to be more fun. And I think people who own this game know it's fun, but now you have an expansion that could potentially make it even better, or for me, great. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. Hopefully I helped you make an informed backing decision. And if you're not an owner of the base game, hopefully I gave you a good overview as well. But I can't tell you what to do with your money. I don't want to ever give you the impression I would do that, even though I do own the base game. It feels like I'm promoting it. But I want you to know, make an informed backing decision. And I hope I helped you do that today. With that, I'm going to go ahead and say thank you to Forbidden Games for allowing me to do this preview. And I want to thank you for your time. If you have questions, leave them in the comments below. And with that, take care, party people. You have a wonderful day.